Hi guys, Neil, Italia Autos here. Hope you all had a good Christmas and a happy new year. I myself had a few weeks off with the flu pretty much, so I never got a chance to do much over Christmas and New Year. Just got time to relax and chill with the family pretty much. But we're back to normal schedule now. We should have a video every Friday. Today I'm going to be working on this accident damage 159. It's a customer's car. I personally would have said it's too far gone, scrap it. But the guy who owns it is determined he wants to repair it. There is a little bit of a story with it. The guy had a medical emergency with it, and he passed out at the wheel, and it looks like he's crashed into something eventually, as well as taking out all four wheels. But you know, it is repairable, but it's something I wouldn't personally buy and repair myself. But it's a customer's car, he wants it repairing, so that's what we can get done for him. So let's have a quick look around it and we can see the damage on it. So here we are at the back of the car. We've got a dodgy repair at some point to the rear quarter panel. I've not been asked to repair that, so I am just going to be pretty much just working on the front end, swapping the wheels over and changing the rear bumper because of the damage on the back there. So yeah, needs a rear bumper. We've got some water ingress into one of the rear lights. Again, common problem with the 159 Barreras. Not been asked to repair that either, so that will stay as it is. All four wheels are absolutely cream crackered. As you can see, it's been rolling down a curb for quite some time on this wheel, and believe it or not, that actually is the best wheel on the car. On to the next one. We've got police do not cross tape all over it. This is the second wheel. And believe it or not, again, this isn't the worst wheel. Damage on the front wing. Obviously the bonnet's damaged, front end basically needs everything replacing on it. The oil cooler has already been replaced so I can get it up and running again, so that has been done off camera. The few drips of oil on the floor are not because it's leaking, it's just because I've recently changed it. And a few leftover bits dripping over. The front wing is damaged beyond recognition really. It also needs the inner wing realigning as well, because if you look at that one there, it's all kinked in and pushed back there as compared to that one's all nice and straight. The car does run. It doesn't run amazingly. Say the injector connections have been bodged together with some cable ties. It doesn't start brilliantly, so I'd assume it wants some new injectors and glow plugs in it really. Here's another wheel. As you can see, it's missing a huge chunk there, as well as missing chunks all the way around the outside of the car, of the wheel. These two doors are not too bad, it's just covered in dirt really. And again, final wheel, as you can spot, it's missing a little chunk again. So we do have a donor car outside. Unfortunately, it's not a TI, but it is red at least, so we can just hopefully just swap all the panels directly over. He has bought the car for me, so I assume he doesn't want any paintwork doing to it. The inside isn't too bad, it's just dirty and missing some parts, and the stereo has been taken out. Gear knob needs changing and stuff like that, but it's functional. It's functional. It's one I wouldn't repair personally. I think it's too far gone and done too many miles. But as you can understand, people want to get things repaired that you don't want to. But paying customer, so let's crack on and strip all this front end off and get ready to start rebuilding the thing. Almost forgot, this is the donor car that the customer supplied to me. Again, in the same colour, different engine, but that doesn't matter because we don't need any mechanical parts off it. It's all front end body parts really. This is 2.2 JTS. It's got a knackered engine, so there's no point in even attempting to repair this one. So at least we've got all the parts we could possibly ever need to repair the one in there. So I've now removed all the parts off the front of the donor car. I think I've pretty much got everything I need. There might be a couple more bits of brackets and stuff like that down there, but other than that we should have everything off the car. Right, now back inside, that's everything I've got to change. We've got bonnet, bumper, arch liners, wings, headlights, front support panels, nuts and bolts, airbox, all those sorts of things. I've now got to remove all the broken, damaged parts off this one here. And then we can start the laborious task of refitting it all and see what lines up, because I imagine it's going to be a little bit bent. So right, let's crack on. There we go, that didn't take too long, because I'd already half stripped it anyway when it first came in. So let's put this front wing on now and arch liner back in. Everything, it should be nice and straight on this side because none of the impact was here. So this part should be able to go straight back together without any issues. I'm not going to put the arch liner in now because I'm going to have to get the front bumper on and make sure all the wings lined up before I do anything else. So I've not tightened everything up. So now we shall move on to straightening out that panel over there. Now onto this area here, we're going to bend it back straight and see what we can do to get the wing alignment just right. I do have the other side to go on. I've also got the one outside which is in line, so I should hopefully be able to get some sort of better picture to it. Right, I've just put 2 bolts in loosely. As you can see, we're still a little bit way off there. Probably about half an inch, just to get that in line. This will need flattening out, but the main one I'm working on at the minute is this one here. So at this point, nothing's going to be aligned, nothing's going to be straight. I'm just sort of getting the car back together for a very rough test fit. These are going to need adjusting a lot more, but I just want to make sure how everything lines up. So now we'll put the front panel on and just see how well these lines up. They do appear, this one appears to be kicking over that way a little bit. Right, I've just put 1 bolt in that side. You can see that hole almost lines up. So here, we just need to bend that straight and pull it out a little bit. And again, bend that one straight and pull it out a couple of mil. So we shall get the hammer and see what we can do to get that straight again. Now a lot of people don't bother changing the hinges when they're rebuilding a car, but they are really weak and flimsy. And I'm just looking at this one now, and you can see up here it is bent and then aligned. So what you normally do is, we'll just chuck the bonnet on, and it would never ever line up in a million years. So I've got two nice straight hinges here. Let's get these swapped over, get the bonnet on, and we'll just see how well that lines up. And there we can go, a nice snapped bolt, which is going to be great to repair. It would be nice to think that this side hasn't taken any damage. It does look as though it is still straight. So I'm going to leave this one on. And if it does need changing later on, I'll change it later on. So we'll keep this inside the car and keep it for later in case we need it. So let's repair that hole. So what we're going to do, drill through it and hopefully tap it. Right, hinge repaired. Causing any damage. It's one of the joys of working on your own. You've got to logistically sort out a few things you really need two people for. Not bad for the first attempt. Not bad at all. Right. Let's get these headlights fitted now. Now let's see how the bonnet closes with the bonnet lock back on. I do expect the bonnet to be a little bit high on the passenger side, so I may have to do some adjustment there. So let's see how it goes. It's a little bit high, but there's plenty of movement in it. That side's a wee bit high as well. That's probably just down to a little bit of hinge adjustment that needs messing around with. So let's pop that front bumper on now and see how well it looks. That's the ultimate giveaway when you put the front bumper on as to how well that fits. Huh? Do you know what? That's not too bad for its first fitting. You could probably send it like that if you were being a little less picky. So now, take that front bumper off again now. Have a little play with the adjustment on the bonnet, see if I can get that a tinsy-wincy bit better. Install the air box and the ducting. Arch liners, new wheels on, and away we go. And there we go, all done. I'm quite impressed with how easy this one was to do, to be honest. I do need to do a little bit more adjustment on the bonnet and a few other bits of fine tuning, but other than that, it's gone back together pretty well. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think of this build. And don't forget to give this video a like and also subscribe if you haven't done so already. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.